Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. Tuning. Okay. The deck I'm using today, the tarot card deck I'm using. Art Nouveau Tarot by Matt Myers. It's a deck this was printed back in 1989. There's the address for US Games Systems Inc. I believe usgamesinc.com is the current website, but if you use a search engine and do US Games Tarot, I'm sure you'll find stuff. I want to say Cyril Marchetti has stuff on US Games Inc., if I'm right. I believe I'm saying Cyril's name incorrectly, and I apologize, but anyway, supportive oracle cards. Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I'm trying to remember how you say Cyril's name correctly, but I don't remember. Okay, anyway, Stacey DeMarco. This website here is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. Okay. What do we have for Capricorn? Let's get them all down first. Alright, I think you're doing well. You have a really good plan. Capricorn plans. I feel like Capricorn, obviously, Virgo and Taurus, you're all earth signs. Planning is a thing. Like, it's things like, I feel like y'all, like, if we can do a plan, let's do a plan. If we can't do a plan, not really liking that, or you're sure we can't do a plan. I feel like that's kind of your group. But definitely, Capricorn's like, no, we need a plan. Things are going well for you. Now, there is this energy around you, and it's been there for a while. It's... my first thought is random. It's random, but I feel like you might look at it and you might say it's unstable. Although, if I was going to be devil's advocate, I would say whoever this is, they tend to get things done and they make sure the big bills are taken care of. It's kind of like maybe they don't have exactly as much as they should, but they make sure things make it. Like they make sure the rent is paid and all the bills are paid. They make sure the kids are fed. They make sure people get where they're supposed to be. Maybe not as seamless as they should. Maybe things are a little bit rough and a little crunchy every now and then. But they do tend to get things done in their own way. I feel like you're kind of looking at this in the sense of like, yeah, but like I don't like how they do it, and I don't really feel like that's stable. The thing is, I do think you like this person. It's just kind of like the way they do things is not your cup of tea, and it's kind of like, I want to continue to like this person, so I just stay away from them. When I can, I just disconnect. Because I like them, I want to continue to like them, and if I don't have to work with them face-to-face or do too much with them directly, I like them a lot more. This is somebody who's been around you. I do feel like you keep yourself away from them because of that, because of how they live life. Good person, don't like the way they live life. I feel like that's what it is. That's why these two are coming in. Okay, this makes sense. You got the Five of Cups and the Two of Cups. You really do like them. You don't really like the way they live life. That's just the whole thing. You really, really do like them, though. You do care about them. Like, you don't want bad things to happen to them. If something goes a little wonky, you do want to help them. You might also want to tell... You probably will have the urge to tell them, well, if you didn't do it that way and you did it this way, you probably wouldn't have those problems. You would have the urge to do that, whether or not you're doing that or not. And saying that, you know if you're doing that or not. I don't have to tell you. Yeah, the random energy. It's very random, but the love is there. Knight of Cups and the Temperance card. Temperance takes its time, but keeps moving. Temperance is also random. That's kind of like we're going to take our time getting things done, but we're going to do a lot of different things and distract ourselves so we can be more patient by not over-centering on what we need to be patient about. We're doing other things to keep ourselves distracted. And by the time we come around to it again, it'll be time to do the next phase. It's kind of like if you're doing a big project and there's painting involved with it. The temperance energy is kind of like they're constantly working on the project, but like when we paint this piece, I leave that alone. I go work on this completely separate piece that's going to go in later. I work on that, and I go in to do something else that's different from that. And then when I come back to the piece I painted, like when I make it back around, that's going to be dried. I can work on a little bit more of the painting with that. Then I go over here and I do this. Then I go over there and do that. By the time I'm done with those, the paint has dried. I can work on it a little bit more. They keep moving. They keep going around. But the thing is, they don't have... If it was Capricorn doing something like that, you would have a cycle. You would have a pattern, is how I get it. But this energy, the temperance, is kind of like if there's 5 different things, again, you would do it in a circle and you would do it in a pattern, probably in meter out times. This energy kind of goes from 1 to 4, 1 to 3, 2 to 5 to 1 to 3 to 1. Like they jump around. They jump all over the place. Not your cup of tea. Capricorn tends to have a pattern to what they do, and that's how they keep things in line. That's how they make sure things don't get forgotten. You do it in certain orders. You keep a schedule. You do have some type of pattern. Even if it looks random, it's still not, is what I'm getting. The energy, what is going on? You care. You don't seem to want to be a part of something, even though you do care about this person. Because I'm getting the 2 and 3 of Wands. And it's interesting. One of the reasons I like this deck is because there's different ways to interpret the energy. And that 3 of Wands is kind of like somebody doesn't want to deal with what's coming towards them. Because I see the one person over here, they don't want to deal with what's coming towards them. 3 of Wands is kind of like the ships coming in, sometimes travel, depending on what's going on. But something coming towards you, something approaching is what I'm getting with this one. And I'm getting, but it's like, I don't really want that, is what I'm feeling. Like there's 2 different people, but the one person seems to be ready, the other person doesn't. There is a 3rd person there. I don't know if you can see them. They're right there. They're like kneeling before the other 2. And it's almost like these 2 cards are like a progression. Like the opportunity comes in and it's like, well, wait a minute. Now that it's here, I don't really want it. I don't really want to do that. I feel like you're kind of like you're stagnating, or you're kind of like I don't want to right now. I don't think I'm going to do that right now. I feel like you're holding back and you're just kind of like, I got other things. I got to finish up a couple things. I'll get back to you in about 2 weeks. And I'm going to go do what I got to do. So I have things in the middle. I can't drop these things. I can't just drop everything. I'll let you know. I'll be about ready in 2 weeks or something. It's fine. You are trying. You don't want to be a part of whatever this is. You do care about the person though. That's the thing. But it's like, yeah, but I want to keep caring about them, and I don't want to be involved with this with them. If I don't have to do this with them, I'm not going to do this with them. That's a great way to handle this. To not drop everything and help them. Not that you really would. You're not participating in this. But I feel like there's a good reason for it. It's not like I'm just not. It's not like you're just standing there and holding your breath. It's not like that. It's kind of like I got things I got to do. You're giving reasons why you can't. And I'm getting the Sun card as how this is going to work out for you. This is a good thing. Whatever this is needs to happen now, but somebody else can do it. And I feel like when you're like, I have some things I have to take care of this stuff first. After I'm done with this stuff, I'll come back around. I don't think you're saying the 2-week thing like I was saying, but I think it's kind of like, okay, well, all right, you need help. I have to finish these things up first. I can't walk away from these. I have to finish these things up first. Once I finish those, I'll come over and I'll help you. I feel like that's how you're handling it. But what's happening is they can't wait, which is great. Because I feel like they're moving on without you, and they're finding somebody else. They're finding somebody else to help them, and somebody else is coming in and correcting whatever needs to be corrected. This is stabilizing your connection with this person. This is a great move. This is a smart move. This is, to me, the way I'm feeling, because I'm seeing some more good cards come in, perfect move. Because I feel like you're continuing and you're doing what you need to do on your own. You're not leaving them high and dry. You're just kind of like, all right, you're going to have to wait. I need to stabilize what I'm doing and, put things where they need to go. And then once I've done that, I'll come over and I'll help you. I feel like that's what you're saying, which is fine. But by the time you're like, okay, do you need help? I found somebody else. It's okay, Capricorn, thanks, but I'll let you know if I need you later. Okay, I'm gonna. But if I go back to do my stuff and I get involved, and if I get knee deep in it, and again, you're gonna have to wait for me to cinch that up and tie up loose ends before I can come over. So I can't drop everything I can't drop everything in a moment's notice here. I'm gonna have to like plan. Like if you need me, you need to let me know. Are you gonna need me in the future? And they're like, no, I think we're good for now. It's fine. I understand. Thank you. You're not gonna be involved in this situation. There's going to be conversations about it, but I don't think it's bad. I feel like you're being very diplomatic, and you're just saying, I gotta tie up these loose ends first, and I'll come over. And then by the time you come over, they're like, oh, we don't need you right now. All right, but if I go back and do what I'm doing, and I get knee deep in it, I can't drop everything at the moment's notice. I can't do that. So if you need me, let me know now, and I will plan, and I will put you on the schedule, and I will help you. But if you're not sure, and you decide randomly later that you need me, you're going to have to wait for me to tie up loose ends again. And then when I'm ready and I can come back over, then I'll come around. So don't just randomly tell me you need me, because I'm not going to drop everything for you. That's not how I work. I have a lot of things. I have a lot of responsibilities. I can't just throw them all to the side and be like, oh, well, and just do what you need. I have to plan. So I do feel like you're going to tell people and you're going to give them like the heads up. But I see this with a judgment in your favor. This is going your way. This is going well. Some people... I just want to be realistic with this, because some people who are going to come across this, they don't want to see, they don't want to hear, they don't want to believe, they don't want to agree, they don't. There's a bunch of bones. It's fine. Just say your piece, and then whatever it is what it is. I don't know who this is. Somebody, I feel this energy like they're trying to almost like negotiate you out of having to do how you do things. Like they're trying to negotiate you out of like tying up your loose ends before you, like, I don't know, it's kind of like if you have you're watching 3 kids and you're in the middle of making some type of dinner. I don't care who you are, you can't just be like, well, good luck kids, and I hope this stuff doesn't burn, gotta go. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, I feel like that's ridiculous. Now some other energies might be like, all right, I'll turn off everything on the stove, I'll grab the kids, drop them off at somebody's place real quick, and I'll just run over and help. That might be somebody else, but this is kind of like, this isn't how you do things. You're like, well, I'm going to finish what I'm cooking, because otherwise it's going to go to waste, and I'm not going to do that. I didn't start making this so it would go to waste. And the kids, like, I'm not just going to, randomly dump them on somebody. I'm going to see who can watch them. I'm not just going to be like, hope it works out. That's not how you do things. So it's just kind of like there's too many. Then you find out the kids are knee deep in their own things. You're not just going to rip them away from what they're doing, especially if they're working on homework or if they're doing something important. You're not just going to rip them away from things. It's just not how you do things. Other people might. And that's other people. But this is not how you live life. And if they don't agree with you, I just feel like, why is this coming in? Because I feel like they're saying, don't turn yourself blue in the face over, like, state your piece and walk away. If you can do this by text or by email, just make it just to the point and then just leave it. And if they have a reply, just ignore it. Ignore the reply, because if they come back later and they complain about something, you'll be like, well, see this text right here, or see this email right here? I explained it. It wasn't negotiable. I'm sorry that you thought it was a negotiable. It never was. Just leave it at that. Don't get sucked into an argument. Don't get yourself blue in the face over it. It just does you no good. It doesn't change that. So if you come across that, because I feel like there's some energy here where people are looking back and forth. Some people understand, and I feel like what you're going to come across for people who this reading is going to hit for, either people are going to be like, okay, I understand that's how you do things, and they're going to back off and leave you alone. Or they're going to be the complete opposite, and they're just going to kind of be like, well, I don't think, or I think this, or you should this, or that could be this way. Don't even get into those conversations. That's why I'm saying if you can do it by text or you can do it by email, you just state what it is, put it very plain as day, no frills, no bells, no whistles. Boom, this is how I do it. They don't like it, that's nice. Just move on. Because later you can come back and be like, I sent you the email and I told you that's how I do things. It was never negotiable. Anything else? This does go your way, by the way. I feel like at the end they're just saying, just don't drive yourself nuts arguing with somebody who just does not want to see it your way or does not want to agree that that's how it's done. That's how you do it. That's not a negotiable. This is good. I hope I didn't leave it like in a negative tone, because I feel like that energy there. But like, if you come across that, just disconnect from it, move on. Say your piece, move on. Just disconnect. Do yourself a favor. Anything else? All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.